Welcome to Pios Playbook, your inside look to everything Sacred Heart Athletics. I'm Andrew Gunnison.
And I'm Natalie Sutter. With 33 Division I teams and 36 club teams, Sacred Heart is all in when it comes to athletics. Stick around, we've got more on the teams making noise on and off the field.
This is Pios Playbook.
Let's kick things off with a look at the biggest sports highlights from this week. The men's baseball team is off to a hot start with huge home runs from Dante DeMore and Alex Ugnar, contributing to an 8-4 conference record. They have had 5 conference series wins in a row and are looking to continue. The powerful swinging has also been backed by dominant pitching from Eli Foster and PJ Rogan. For the first time in 3 years, the Sacred Heart men's track team has beaten Rider University with a final score of 109 to 108. The men's 4x400 meter has also been ranked in the top 100 times through the entire collegiate track. The team will travel to George Mason to compete against some top talent across the country. Last Saturday, Sacred Heart University's men's lacrosse junior John Murray was the overtime hero as the Pioneers defeated Marist 13-12 to bring them to a 4-game win streak. Women's rowing started their season strong on March 29th with a big win against UConn, Holy Cross, and Marist. Now they are setting their sights high for the rest of their races this season, with hopes of winning the MAC Conference and making it to the NCAAs.
The Shoe football team is on a mission to reclaim its former glory, and a big step forward came with the win at this year's Yankee tournament. Here's a look at how the Pioneers are rebuilding momentum, one victory at a time. Jaden Hunter has the story.
Thank you, Natalie. After a Yankee Conference Championship win for the Pios, they are looking for more, despite only having 2 teams in their conference. I spoke with one of the players to give us his insight on the season and this upcoming season.
All right, so first and foremost, who am I here with today?
Damon Jacobs, number 11 for the defense.
Okay, so you guys won Yankee Conference Championship last year. How does it feel to bring that one home to Sacred Heart?
Man, it felt good just being able to go out there and win the title for our school, be able to bring it back home for the first time, being back in the Yankee Conference and just being able to play.
Yeah, so now you're coming into next year now. What's going through your mind? Is it back-to-back? What's going through your mind for preparation-wise?
Yeah, it's always about trying to win it back-to-back and just keep winning, like make the school prestigious again and just trying to win the most games possible. But we've been in spring ball working out, lifting every day, and just going through plays and going through mental reps, just trying to be better. And we play better competition this year, so we're just trying to get better so we can get right back to it.
Yeah, and then this year, I know you guys lost a lot of seniors. So next year, how does it feel with your role going into the year?
My role is definitely expanding. We did lose a lot of players, but where I'm from, less is more. So it's just like the young guys got to step up, and we've been doing a good job. I feel like just becoming a better team, like bonding and just sticking together.
Yeah, and then so the final question is, basically you guys have a stronger schedule next year. So how does that look coming in through the summers into the fall season? What is going through your mind right now?
Having to play a tougher schedule this year definitely is a lot on our plate. So we've been taking the mental preparations, just lifting every day and just, like I said, getting the mental reps and the physical reps out in the field and just making sure we're prepared to handle the workload and just everybody sticking together and making sure we're all ready as a team.
Yeah, and good luck.
Appreciate you, my boy.
The Sacred Heart University football team will be back in action next fall after they just concluded their spring season. Top opponents next year include Villanova, Mercyhurst, Montana, and LIU. The Pios, with a strong schedule, look to go back-to-back in the Yankee Conference Championship. I'm Jaden Hunter, sending it back over to the studio. Thank you, guys.
The Pioneers delivered an impressive performance after a challenging season of rebuilding. This win means a lot for the team's momentum.
Sacred Heart University hosted this year's CT Ice tournament, bringing together the state's top college hockey teams for a weekend of fierce competition. While UConn took home the trophy, SHU put on a strong showing, and one Pioneer player still skated away with a big honor.
Martiri Family Arena hosted its very first CT Ice, a Connecticut-based college hockey tournament. The tournament consisted of the Quinnipiac Bobcats, the UConn Huskies, the Yale Bulldogs, and the Sacred Heart Pioneers. The first game of the tournament was a close one as the Huskies edged the Bobcats by a score of 2-1. Ryan Tattle scored with half a second left in the third period to take the Huskies to the championship. In Game 2 of the tournament, the Pioneers rolled over the Bulldogs, scoring 8 goals against them. The 8 goals each came from different SHU players, with Mikey Adamson having a goal and 3 assists. With Sacred Heart and UConn in the finals, it was matching up to be a pretty good game. However, UConn won by a score of 1-0, hoisting the trophy on the home ice of the Pioneers. Sacred Heart did well. Mikey Adamson won an award for his good performance in the CT Ice tournament, and SHU made a statement this tournament that they should be nationally ranked. Reporting from Martiri Family Arena, this is Alex Galateo.
CT Ice brought the heat on the ice, and there's more action ahead. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.
Welcome back. National Girls and Women's in Sports Day was celebrated on February 5th, and it's time to highlight some of our incredible SHU female athletes.
Yes, highlighting women in sports is so important. I work behind the scenes in athletics department at SHU, and there are so many hardworking women there.
Natalie, don't you work for the women's hockey team? They just had a huge win.
I do, yes. The team just won the Newha Conference Championship. What an incredible season. Alexa Pacino will share a postseason report about our newly crowned champions.
Right now, let's go.
The Sacred Heart University SHU women's ice hockey team clinched the New England Women's Hockey Alliance Championship by defeating Long Island University 4-2 on March 8, 2025 at the Northwell Health Ice Arena in East Meadow, New York. In the championship game, 4 different Pioneers scored, and goaltender Carly Green made 31 saves, leading SHU to victory. The Triumph secured SHU's second Newha tournament title and their first ever ticket to the NCAA National Collegiate Women's Ice Hockey Tournament. In the NCAA tournament, the Pioneers faced the University of Minnesota Duluth on March 13, 2025 at Cornell's Linha Rink in Ithaca, New York. Goaltender Carly Green was named the Newha Tournament MVP for her remarkable performance, recording 145 saves over 4 games. She led the nation with a .959 save percentage and ranked second with a 1.27 goals against average. Congratulations to our women's ice hockey team.
Wow, what a great win and an awesome experience.
Yes, I'm so happy for them. They worked so hard.
The brand new hockey arena is incredible, and you always hear about the hockey team's victories around campus.
From the ice rink to the riding ring, we now head to equestrian sports. The Sacred Heart equestrian team is a women's sport making headlines on campus as they ride into the postseason. Both individual qualifiers and team competitors are preparing for their national championship in Tryon, North Carolina. Kaylee Schindel has the story.
The Sacred Heart University equestrian team continues on their journey to nationals with already having individual qualifiers and those chosen to represent their team in the postseason. The equestrian team does it all. They earned a 3.75 team GPA in the 2025 fall semester, with lift and practice taking up time in their busy student-athlete schedules. The team now sees the national championship emerging from the shadows as they prepare for their trip to Tryon, North Carolina. The hidden sport resides in Norwalk, Connecticut, where the athletes handle their horses with care before saddling up for the day. In preparation for the national championship, the team rides 2 to 3 times a week on a horse picked for them to reveal their strengths and weaknesses. After their ride, the athletes can clean their resources and tuck the horses back in their stalls with the applications of blankets during the colder winter months. They will prepare for the rigorous competition up until their trip to nationals on May 2nd to May 5th. Stay tuned for the equestrian team's expected success in the postseason. Reporting from Sacred Heart University, this is Kaylee Schindel.
Wow, seems like they are having a great season. We wish them the best of luck at Nationals.
Behind every post, highlight, and update is a different kind of team bringing Sacred Heart athletics to life. I had the opportunity to introduce us to some of the students running the social media accounts, telling the story of your favorite sports teams. The social media coverage for Sacred Heart Athletics is incredible, and I bet you didn't know who is behind the accounts. I sat down with Maddie McCall and Callie Shanahan to tell us more about running social media for the Division I men's ice hockey team here. Maddie walked us through a game day doing social media for the team.
A game week and a game day are super busy. It's definitely the busiest time of the year by a mile, but it's a lot of fun, and we get to kind of put all of our creative ideas and all of our work with all of our departments, whether that be marketing, promos, what have you, to really build something super special. So we collect kind of appropriate and game specific timely content during the week, during practice, during whatever they're doing during the week to kind of promote our game and get students in the building for the weekend. And then on a game day, we get there about 4 hours early to capture arrival content of the guys coming in their suits and whatever might be happening pregame. And so we capture, edit arrival content, get that posted, and then we go down for sewer as the guys start warming up, kind of getting into their pregame rituals. We make sure we capture that because it really tells a story of some of our guys and what, they all have their special little things, and it's interesting to share with the university community that wants to watch. We try to get a really wide array of images. We usually get that up on the feed ideally before the game starts, and then after the game starts, we just kind of roll with what happens, kind of the nature of the game. Any big sellies, any big goals, any big leads we have are something we really try to uplift on not only shoe hockey, but also shoe big red. So we really work as a team, working with our photographers, working with our social people, working with marketing, working with everyone. It really takes a village. So making sure communication is really great between all of those lines of people get the job done.
Callie told us all about her favorite part of her job and what inspires her to produce content for the team.
Definitely getting to tell the stories of the athletes. I've always been a big advocate for student athletes. Yes, they're athletes, but they're students and they're people before they're students. So I'm a big advocate for telling their stories as people and not just as athletes. So I think that's my favorite part, is getting the chance to tell each individual's story. And it's not just, this is our team, look at our team. And it's more of, these are the individuals that play for our team.
That was just a little peek inside the lives of the students that run the social media accounts for Sacred Heart men's ice hockey. From Pios Playbook, I'm Natalie Sutter.
That is such a cool job, and it seems like you work with such a talented group of people. I mean, these people are definitely the unsung heroes, making sure that the highlights are always seen at their best.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew. I'd like to think so, too. In honor of Girls and Women in Sports Month, our own Alexa Pacino sits down with two inspiring female athletes to share their experiences and insights from their journeys in sports.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with two of our amazing Division I athletes at Sacred Heart University, Helena Medici and Kaylee Schindel. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to speak with me today. How are you doing?
We're good. Thank you for having us.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Thank you for being here again. So now, can you tell everyone a little bit about yourselves, like your sport, your grade, and why you chose that sport exactly?
Yeah, I can go first. I'm on the women's rowing team. I am a senior, and I chose to row in college because of Sacred Heart. I wanted to come to this school. I played a bunch of different sports in high school, but this was just kind of the best option for me. So yeah.
I'm a senior on the equestrian team here, and I've been riding horses since I was 7, so it kind of was inevitable that I was going to continue doing it. Yeah.
So two very different sports. Can you each walk us through a day in your life at Sacred Heart?
So depending on the morning, but some mornings, it's lift at 6:50, and then from lift I go to practice, and then come back, eat, shower, go to class, come back, do homework, repeat.
So I'll just tell you about my day today, what my day in the life. Basically, I woke up at
5:20, I have to be at the bus for boathouse practice at 5:55, and then the bus leaves at 6. Get to the boathouse around like 6:30, practice starts at 7. Get off the water at like 9, get back to campus 9:30. I shower. I usually have my classes like after 11. And then I usually have lift around like 2 o'clock, and then basically just homework, work, yeah.
I give you both a ton of credit because mornings are not my thing. Wouldn't do it, cannot pay me enough money to do it. So now, based off your season so far, what was the most memorable part of it? Either your entire college career or this season, if this is the most important one so far.
Ooh, that's kind of like tough. My team, when I first arrived as a freshman, it wasn't the best. We were like 5th in the conference, I think. But this year we're ranked number 2, which is a really big deal. My sophomore year, we were rivals against Fairfield. And I remember my fall sophomore year, we beat them and we won first. And that was like a huge, huge deal for us. But now Fairfield is kind of way behind us now, which is really good. So I think like beating UConn in the last race was a really big deal for me personally, because they're in a better conference than us. They're just a better team. They have way more funding. And so beating them was a really special moment.
It's really nice. Battle Fairfield always.
Yeah.
What about you, Kaylee?
Well, this season we just 2 weekends ago had our zone championship, and at that championship we made it to nationals. We leave May 30th, I want to say, for Tryon, North Carolina. So it's going pretty well right now.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Now, being female athletes on campus, has there been any discrepancies because of that? Do you feel like there's less media coverage for your sport? Anything of the sort that you feel a little down on because of that?
I feel grateful that we have a lot of things. Yeah, like do all the teams fundraise so we can always do a little bit more, 100%. But I feel grateful for everything that we have. We got a lot of new gear this year, which was nice. For my team specifically, we ride in Norwalk, and it would be nice, like we're not on campus, but to have like more things there, more stuff for our horses, horse care, tack, stuff for our riders. It's always nice to have extra, like maybe a new ring, new facility. It would be nice, but I am grateful for what we have, and we have a lot of stuff. So,
Helena?
Yeah, I love my team, and I think that equestrian and rowing are definitely underrepresented in like the media in Sacred Heart, which kind of breaks my heart because we work so hard, we get up early, and it's just kind of frustrating because like we put so much hard work in, and I do feel that it does lack some recognition. But we have got new boats this year, which is really special because some teams never get a new boat in like all 4 years, like people are on the team. So I'm really thankful to have like new boats to row in. It makes you faster, good quality boats. But I think that we really need a new boathouse to practice. Basically right now we have like a sturdy tent is like the best way I can explain it, which is just like, you don't see that with other Division I teams. And our indoor practice space for when we're not on the water, when it's like the winter time, is the hallway to the hockey arena. So it's just a little frustrating because we don't have as much like accessibility there because that's not really our facility. So we're just kind of thrown there while the pit center was getting redone, but now we don't really have a home, but I don't think they really care now because like we're always on the water. So yeah.
Now a follow-up to that, if you guys could change one thing about your career here, what would that be? Whether it's with equipment or it's with a season that you had that you weren't very fond of. What was one thing you would change if you could?
I feel like absolutely nothing. Like I've had a great time here. I've had a great experience. I love being a student athlete. I love being a woman student athlete. And I have a great team. So I don't think anything.
Yeah, I think the one thing that I would change is just like appreciating the little moments just a lot more. Like the stupid early mornings and like being miserable on the bus. Like I'm going to cherish those like so much. Like I just love spending like time with my team. Like they're so annoying, but like it's just so like loving, and like it's such a family. And just like trying a little bit harder on the days where I don't feel like trying, because like I didn't really expect like to have like an injury that I've had to deal with, and like I just kind of wish like I pushed a little harder before that, because now I'm like in a limited position.
That's really great to hear that like both of you absolutely love what you do every single day. So now taking that back to little girls that want to be a Division I athlete, what would you tell them?
I would probably tell them like absolutely do it. It's a fantastic opportunity. It makes school like coming to school, I love having the routine. I love having the days that I have every day, and like feeling rewarded after practice and like fulfilled like with my time here. And even if I was talking to myself like as a little girl, I would say, I'm proud of you and I'm hyped for you.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think the experience is so rewarding, and I feel the same way. Like after practice, I'm like, oh, like I just did a full workout. Like I worked so hard, and it's truly so fulfilling. I think that I would tell younger girls that hard work will always pay off. And like when you put your mind to something, just like keep going for it, because eventually like you will get the outcome that you want if you just like keep working hard.
That's amazing. Again, I want to thank you both for taking the time to be with us here today. And we are going to go to a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back.
Welcome back. It's March, and you know what that means. March Madness is in full swing, and the excitement is through the roof.
I love watching March Madness. From the thrill of upsets and close games to the emergence of breakout stars, there's always something exciting to discuss.
Yeah, I love watching it too. It's always exciting to see how the standout players from March Madness end up making their mark in the NBA.
Speaking of the NBA, Brent McCreesh has the scoop on this week's top plays. Let's take a look.
Hi everyone, I'm Brent McCreesh. Today we're going to go over the top 5 plays of March 15th. At number 5, we had Jimmy Butler had a deep 3 to end the quarter. Jimmy Butler banked this one in off the glass. What a nice shot. That's the 5th best play of the night. Here's another angle on the clutch buzzer beater from Golden State's new addition. Well done. At number 4, we have Fred VanVleet dribbling out the clock until the very end, where he chucks up a contested 3 ball that hits nothing but net. Fred VanVleet gets his prayer answered as he cuts the Bulls' lead to 5 going into the half. Excellent athleticism was shown by the Rockets' point guard. At number 3, Brooklyn's own Keon Johnson picks up the steal and drives coast to coast for the emphatic slam. Nice little hezzy move there by the youngster out of Tennessee. At number 2, there's a feed to Kristaps Porzingis inside the paint, who dunks on Duron Sharp's head. He really put that man on a poster. Porzingis shows no mercy here at the Barclays Center. At number 1, Jordan Poole takes the Nuggets to school as he drills a long-range 3 to give the Wizards the lead with under 2 seconds left. Jordan nails the triple and says night-night to the Denver fans. It's a great road win for the Young Bucks down in Washington. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Brent. Those were some crazy plays. With the semester winding down, let's take a look at some of our senior athletes and what they have planned for life after graduation. Jaden Hunter had the chance to sit down with a few of them and get their insights firsthand.
Thank you, Natalie. Here I am at Sacred Heart University, where I'm going to be going around asking senior athletes what their plans and expectations are after college. Currently, I'm only a sophomore athlete, so I'm at Bergoglio Hall, but let's get out of here. What's going on, everyone? Today I'm here inside of the track and field locker room here at the Pitt Center. Who am I here with today?
What's up, guys? I'm Jordan Green, senior on the track and field team, and I'm a sports and communications major.
So, Jordan, what are your plans for after college as you are a senior?
So my plans after college is to work in the sports industry. That's always been a goal of mine. I intern at NBC Sports right now, and I'm also an employee at Yes Network. So I already got my foot in the door, but what I really want to do is just leave my mark in the sports industry and be a journalist. That's the end goal. So that's probably what I would say is my goal.
Yeah, and Jordan, good luck.
Appreciate that, man.
No problem.
Yeah, here with I'm Jacob Sargent. And what do you do here at campus? I do track and field here.
And what are your plans after college?
So after college, I plan to still continue my education, pursuing an MBA here at Sacred Heart. I'm also looking for a graduate assistantship to help me finance that MBA.
Yeah, well, good luck.
Thank you.
We're here with Aaron Ariza. He's a senior on the club baseball team. So what are your plans for after college?
So for after college, well, currently I'm majoring in exercise science. I'm on the PT track. So currently, right now, I actually, have a couple teams that are in the Frontier League and the independent baseball that I'm trying to look to try out for to possibly play for the team and continue to further my baseball career. If not, then I'm going to go to grad school and then eventually PT school and open up my own business where I would be training athletes and offering them physical therapy services to my cousin. So those are my two plans right now for after college.
All right, well, Aaron, good luck.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
All right, guys, so right now we're in Bowman Hall. I'm here with
Hunter Harris.
And you are a senior on the track team, correct?
Correct.
So, Hunter, what do you plan on doing after college once you're done out here?
So I'm a nursing major, and I have a couple offers to work back in New York at some cancer hospitals. But my current plan is to work at University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill in their cardiology oncology step down unit as a new grad nurse.
Yeah, and all we can say from Sacred Heart is good luck to you and hope you the best.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. Hi, and who am I here with today?
I'm Josh Carpenter. I'm a senior on the club football team.
And what do you plan on doing after college?
I plan on pursuing a master's degree in cybersecurity.
And what do you plan on doing with this cybersecurity?
Hopefully I plan on working in some sort of information technology at a company related to the NFL. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that sounds fun. And I'm Jaden Hunter. I've toured basically every place on campus. I've got to meet some extraordinary seniors. And from Sacred Heart, we wish you the best of luck sending it back to the studio.
4 years flew by so quickly, it's hard to believe. It's great to have the opportunity to highlight the plans these athletes have after graduation.
Time sure does fly, but I still have a year left, and I'm sure it'll go by in the blink of an eye.
Okay, I can't talk about being a senior or graduating anymore.
Okay, let's lighten things up. Here's Jason Chicago with a fun challenge featuring the Shoe Rugby team.
What's up, everybody? I'm Jason, and I'm here with Xavier Moore from the Sacred Heart men's rugby team. What's up? And today we're going to be doing a kicking challenge. Xavier, before we start, any tips for somebody who doesn't know how to kick?
Yeah, so a quick tip when you're kicking and doing the drop kick especially, you want to have a nice tempo and make sure that you really follow through on your kick. So nice, easy example. Nice.
So for the challenge, we're each going to be kicking 3 conversions, which is like an extra point in football, and we're going to see who can kick more. All right, Xavier, kick us off.
All right, Jason, let's see it. Up through the middle. All right, Jason, second kick. Oh, just short.
Xavier's winning 2-1 here. Let's see this last kick.
All right, let's see it, Jason. Yeah!
Xavier, hell of a challenge. Thank you for coming out.
My pleasure.
It is not my pleasure, but it is certainly my duty to give you the game ball.
Let's go.
That was a blast to watch. Shoe Rugby better be on alert. Jason's got some skills of his own.
Speaking of, Jason's got a rundown of all the exciting sports events coming up this week.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to your Sacred Heart University Sports Roundup for the week of April 6th. We've got a packed schedule, so let's jump right in. Kicking off on April 6th, women's bowling heads to the NCAA Regional. While women's golf competes at the Rutgers Invitational, men's golf takes on the Abarta Coca-Cola Collegiate Invitational, which continues through April 7th. Also on April 6th, women's rugby battles the University of New Haven. Over in tennis, both women's and men's teams face Mount St. Mary's on the 6th. On the 11th, men's and women's teams face Niagara. Softball is a big week where they'll be traveling to Siena on the 6th, hosting Manhattan College for a doubleheader on the 8th, and lastly they play Kentucky on the 12th in Boston. While baseball squares off against Fairfield on April 8th, baseball takes on Stony Brook April 9th, features more baseball action as SHU visits FDU. On April 11th, baseball kicks off a 2-game series against Canisius. Women's lacrosse takes on Rider University at home on April 9th. To close out the week, women's lacrosse visits Merrimack College on April 12th. The weekend is jam-packed with track and field at the Wilton Wright Invitational, while the men's and women's track teams also will be competing at the Connecticut College Sylphin Invitational. Men's volleyball takes on NJIT on the 12th, and to close it out, women's rowing will be traveling to Worcester to face Holy Cross, Colgate, and Marist on April 12th. That's your Sacred Heart Sports Roundup for the week. Be sure to support the Pioneers and check back next week for more updates.
Thanks, Jason. That's a wrap for today's show. I'm Natalie.
And I'm Andrew. It's been a pleasure having you with us, and don't forget to show your Pioneer pride at our upcoming sporting events.